Okay, buongiorno, ladies and gentlemen of all genders. So, folks, this is an emergency broadcast we got to make here. Big news with EEVEE that I wanted to talk about. So, EEVEE just got officially approved in the PokeCenter. So this is something I've been talking about for a while here, where the PokeCenter seems to have been the group that's kind of taking charge on trying to really drive adoption for this Pokemon narrative on Pulse Chain. And so EEVEE, I reached out. EEVEE's been under like official consideration for a while. There was a vote very recently, and we had an overwhelming win. 90 plus percent people in the PokeCenter, wanted EEVEE to go through versus Mimic. Shout out to everyone holding Mimic, but I'm very thankful and glad that EEVEE officially got approved. So it's nice to see. It's just a bit of a stamp of approval from the community. It's it's definitely not kind of the end all be all. Now I did also. So I just wanted to say before I move on, giant thank you to everyone who supported EEVEE. Like from my perspective, whether someone gets approved or not in a group or whatever, I'm very happy to see a show of support for EEVEE, and that's what I think is important about the PokeCenter approval. Just kind of a stamp of approval from the community, like, hey, we don't like what EEVEE's doing. So that's very nice to see, and I'm very thankful for everyone who supported EEVEE. This is a great development for our EEVEE holders. So awesome to see. Thanks a lot, guys, for your support. And I also wanted to mention, we are a little bit down on the day today, but we're holding up not too bad considering kind of what's been happening with our Poketiggers in general. So looking here at Pika's down 24% on the day. We're seeing a lot of, Palmy's down just about 20%, Ditto down 8%, Meowth 16, Blastoise down 9, Snorlax 13, Eevee down 10. So friend of the ecosystem, Peanut Brain and Hive, they're doing not too bad. Hive launched just the other day, launched at about a 20k market cap, 20k, and it's what's it at now? It's about 120. So great to see friend of the ecosystem. That's why I have them included in this watch list. It's not a pure PokeCenter watch list. It's just my own watch list. Mudkip down 17%, Rage 12.5, Electric 4.5, Dark Charmander down 9.43%. So I say that all to say that it's just a red day on the chain. But guys, like, the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because these discounts are not going to last forever. I launched EEVEE because I understand the massive potential of not just EEVEE, but this PokeChain meme narrative in general. We can 100% be the #1 meme narrative on Pulse Chain. The Pulse Chain is going to go on to flip, something like Solana. I think something like that's, possible. Then we could be absolutely massive. And these are dirt cheap valuations. Guys, I remember, I've been saying this last bull market, whenever I saw some of these normie channels like Token Metrics, for example, they've been around. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Point being, I remember during, around the peak of the last bull market, when they were talking about low caps, they were talking about like $30 million market cap coins. Like if they brought up a $30 million market cap coin, that was like a low cap gem, guys. We're really degenerating out here on a $30 million market cap coin. Looking here, we're talking about a couple 100,000 valuation. This is absolutely nothing. Like, to get to 30 million, that previously to normies, people outside our niche, 30 million was considered low cap. Getting to 30 million, which is what, like a 60x for a lot of us, 100x more for a lot of us, just getting there. Then we enter the low cap gem territory for normies, for the greater market. So guys, all we've seen so far with the EEVEE approval for getting the PokeCenter, Pika to Pico, at 30k market cap, all the way to 7 million, 10 million market cap. I believe that the market cap reading on this is actually slightly incorrect. All that has, in my opinion, just been proof of concept. That's all this has been. We haven't seen anything yet. So right now, I think part of the reason. Okay. So let me see if I can just refresh this, reload. So, folks, look, I wanted to bring up Bitcoin here, and I'm not signed in on this account, but part of the reason why I think we're seeing the dump we're seeing is because Bitcoin kind of puked a little bit here, hitting resistance at 100k. So I think this is partly the reason why we're seeing a greater correction in the altcoin market in Pulse Chain, on PokeChain, 25% down with Pika. I think this is very likely a large part of the reason why we're seeing that. And in my opinion, for whatever that's worth, it's not entirely possible. Where's the next major obvious support level? Right here, kind of the low 90K range. Yeah, right about 90,000. Somewhere around here is when you start to hit some kind of support level. So folks, look, in my opinion, I think it's likelier than not that this 100K was not the cycle top. And I think we're going to have a bit of a correction here, and whether it's kind of, short-lived or long-lived, whether it's a week, whether it's a month, whether it's 3 months, I think that it is extremely likely that we're getting to that point where this is the last major dip before we see alt season. Because a lot of the alts have not caught up to the performance we've been seeing with Bitcoin. It's really just been a select few. We've seen Bitcoin doing well, we've seen Solana doing well. It's really only been a small handful of coins that's been doing well. And if you guys have been seeing what's been going on in Solana, we've been seeing complete just degeneracy, euphoria, normies, retail being euphoric, doing ridiculous things on pumped out funds. So, we really haven't seen that euphoria with the greater market outside of Bitcoin and one or two other players. So we're having that bit of a correction now. We got that rejection off 100K. We're going to have a bit of a correction. Who knows how long it lasts for. Maybe somewhere around that 90K roughly is where we kind of bottom off before the next leg up. Whether it's this year, next year, whenever it happens, guys, we're getting to that point where one of these days, one of these dips is going to be the last one before things take off. Because the bull market has not hit Pulse Chain whatsoever. We've been doing okay. Pulse Chain has been doing all right the last month or two. But it's definitely not anything close to euphoric. It's basically just a little bit of hope, a little bit of optimism. So, we might have a little bit of a correction for the time being. But guys, at a certain point, I think we're getting to the point, and again, I don't know for sure, but I think we're getting to the point where macro-wise, macro market, it might be close to one of the last dips we get before things really start to take off. So, we might be saying a little bit of a red day here on EEVEE, a little bit of a red day here on PokeChain, but at a certain point, I don't know when, but one of these dips is going to be the last dip. Guys, discount rock bottom valuations will not last forever. During the last bull cycle, guys, like when things were really popping off, you would have killed people to have gotten on in a solid meme with a solid community at these kinds of valuations. Oh my god, guys. These kinds of valuations was the scarcest resource. People were bending over backwards, breaking their back, 18 hours a day trying to find, oh my god, if I could just find a meme coin with a solid community, with a solid narrative at this kind of valuation. Oh my god, guys, like, everyone is stuck in bear market thinking. For good reason. It's been complete and utter death and destruction on Pulse Chain land for years. And now we're just, we're starting to see some signs of life. Things are starting to pop off here. But we really haven't gotten anywhere close to that crazy euphoric blow off top, parabolic price chart, territory yet. We're nowhere close to that. In fact, we're seeing discounts now, on the precipice of a giga bull market. Like, the bull market has not hit Pulse Chain, guys. So, none of this is obviously financial advice. All of this is just my own speculation, so take that for what it's worth. But I did want to say that, I am taking the bet myself that these valuations, these cheap valuations, will not last forever. Whether, you choose to take that bet, it's up to you. And also just wanted to, share the news that EEVEE officially got approved. And, yeah, folks, well, we're growing here. Like, we got a great community going. We see Coconut Kai here. With bringing the great vibes. We see a little bit of EEVEE here. So, yeah, guys, just wanted to say kind of congratulations, all EEVEE holders, on the PokeCenter approval. And, keep holding strong, guys, because I think we have much better days ahead. So, folks, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up.
You got to pump it up, don't you know?